Hello, everyone. This is the Geek Posium. It is May 25th. It is the longest day ever. This is our first time doing the video portion of the podcast. Those of you who are on YouTube, thank you so much for checking us out. And of course, those of you on the audio platforms, we are available in podcast form everywhere you can find podcasts. My name is Darren, your friendly neighborhood ship. Your friendly neighborhood ship peddler. Yeah, that's
What you said? I'm not being peddled.
Yet.
I don't have moods. No one wants to see this.
Anyway, he says on our very first video podcast, we are 5 minutes. No, we are 20 seconds into this. We are already off topic. Already off topic. Good times. All right.
Oh boy.
Good times.
I'm Shep live and not in person. That's next week.
That's next
2 weeks from now.
Yeah. Is it 2 weeks from now? Oh yeah. You have ColossalCon in 2 weeks, don't you?
Yep.
Yeah, and I'm not going to be at any conventions until Matsuri in Texas, so I will see you guys out there. Hopefully.
I hear down there that the stars are bright. The stars at night are big and bright.
Yep. But stars that are big and bright. Unfortunately, we have some bad news this week, which was just kind of awful. We're going to open up with Kentaro Miura, creator of Berserk, dies at 54. Berserk, an ongoing series. I haven't read it in so long, so I'm not even sure how many chapters they're in at this point. Do you?
I actually am not sure because I've never gotten to the point where I've caught up.
To be fair, I think Berserk is a lot like One Piece. You never actually catch up. You just sit through several months ago. How much more is left? A couple hundred? I'm gonna just stop for a little while. So that's
unfortunately, one day we will catch up with Berserk. There's no more coming out.
Yep. Well, I don't know because his assistant will apparently finish off the latest chapter. I'm not sure if it's gonna be the final chapter, if he's gonna finish off the entire book. But apparently he will continue the work. It's kind of like Mozart's final orchestra, essentially.
Okay.
It's kind of like that.
That's good.
Yeah, but
well, none of this is good, but that's good to hear.
Now this has caused a lot of people screaming that the anime and manga scene needs to change because of the work. The work process. We've lost a lot of creators in the last couple of years. All of them at fairly young ages, around 50 to 60 years old. And I say young ages, but that's not that young.
That's not that young historically. In modern times, that's hella young, but historically, that's not that young.
Yeah, and I think we're also applying standardized American health to other countries at that point.
Although Japan has a very good public health system. However, Japan, not just the anime industry, Japan in general has a very work yourself to death work ethic.
All right, my AC just pumped on. Can you hear it, or is it just
yes,
me?
I can hear it.
Is it on when I'm not talking?
Barely.
I'll turn it off.
Don't die.
It's fine. I don't need it that badly.
Don't die like Nick Ricade on his heat allergy.
No, I will just die of absolute death. Actually, I have Gatorade back there. I could probably just go and grab real fast. Like if I really need it.
The rest of your uneaten food.
Yeah.
You're on camera. Why couldn't you clean up?
No time. I woke up and
I knew that.
Yeah. No time.
Yeah.
Anyway, but that's an ongoing thing. But the results of the anime creations are really good considering the time frame. I think the week to week manga pages might be killing people, especially for creators that don't have very many assistants. Like it's like two people in a small room working together.
Yeah.
You know.
It is a grindy industry.
Very much is so. And I did webcomics for several years, and it was very much that as well. So, except I didn't have an assistant. So,
Yeah,
like,
and I think Mega Tokyo once talked about one of the artists or writers for Mega Tokyo once talked about how he couldn't consider himself a real mangaka because he just couldn't do the output that mangakas do.
yeah, exactly. And I was doing maybe a page a week, and it was killing me personally. So, like the guys who pull out 10 pages a week, impressive work. Something I couldn't do personally, at least not without completely breaking the entire art form. Which was funny because I increased in huge leaps and bounds whenever I like took a week off and came back. I was like, oh snikes, I can get really good at this all of a sudden. And of course, as the quality improved, I had to put more time into it, and it became harder. So these guys who make incredibly amazing work, like Kentaro did, his monsters were just terrifying and terrible, and his humans were just beautiful and amazing, and the amount of muscular details was great.
You're starting to wax there about muscles.
My tongue don't want to work no more. But there is some good news that happened out of all this. You want to cut to the next one?
Berserk is selling out everywhere.
Yep. So those of you who bought the Berserk hardcover collection, congrats! You can now resell it on eBay for 300 times what you paid for. I say as I look over at my 3 hardcovers, going, I could make $600 right now.
Can I borrow for them from you first?
Remind me before Texas. I'll hand you one. Which is funny because I remember buying a bunch of the Gundam Origin books in hardcover, and I let someone borrow them before I actually got to actually read them, and I don't know who I let borrow.
What? Oops.
And at that time, my chair decided to unlock. Damn near killed myself.
Please stand by when we're having technical difficulties.
No, I'm good. I fixed it. Yeah, I just had to snap it back in place. I leaned too far back.
I actually have one of the hardcover Origins right here on my shelf.
Was it you? Did you take my copy from
No.
Okay.
I was in high school, bitch, when I bought that.
I bought that 3 or 4 years ago. I was like, where? I'm like, who did I lend this to? It was like 4 people came with me to that show, and I can't remember who borrowed it. So yeah.
Note to self: return the Berserk manga, or Derek will get blah 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 blah. I'm sorry, I just got be Derek, not Darren. Or note to self: return the manga, or Darren will kick my ass.
Yeah, or
I'll just forget.
I'll forget for like a decade and be like, where the hell's my book?
So yeah, I saw a picture. I don't think it's in this article. No, it's not. In this, there were pictures on Twitter of in some of the Barnes and Nobles where they sell the Berserk manga. Employees set up shrines, and people were like leaving sticky notes saying "Thank you, Kentaro."
Yeah, I mean, Kentaro, a huge impact on most people's ideas on swords and horror, on the idea of each and every time you fight, you lose a little bit of yourself each time, but it doesn't mean you should stop fighting.
Yeah,
you should get up and keep going. There's no reason for someone to be put through terrible, horrible trauma and not end up going, okay, that's fine, keep going. I mean, I'm probably butchering that as to the actual meaning, but it's a good manga on how terrible things can get and be, and still be like, you know what, that's fine.
You can still get up. You can still get off the mat and keep fighting.
And you know, you may lose all of your friends. You can still get new friends. It's fine.
And it's had an effect on storytelling on both sides of the Pacific.
Yep.
Throughout the world, actually.
Yeah. I mean, Final Fantasy 14 for like 3 days there, like all weekend after this was announced. People who have the Dark Knight job, even some people who just picked up the Dark Knight job, just stood in the middle of towns with their swords out, just sitting there AFK, just held it. Because he took a character, gave him a giant sword, which was not a huge thing at the time. I think most swords were standardized size, at times small. When I think of Orphan,
and now if you go to a con, you have people cosplaying 20 different characters, and they all have the huge Buster swords,
the giant, ridiculous swords. Yep. And so that's a huge impact in the geek world, and it's a sad day to see him go. I don't remember what he died of, honestly. But
I believe it was a heart condition. Let me pull up.
I want to say heart condition, but I can't remember. I know someone else died of a seizure earlier in the year. I don't remember if it was him or someone else. But
I'm just scanning real fast to try to find it.
No, don't worry too much about it.
But yeah, that's a rough industry, man.
All right.
Speaking of continuing bad news with creators, unfortunately.
Yep, the Macross.
One of the Katsutaka Miyatake, the guy who did all the mech designs in Macross. Fortunately, he's in the hospital for smoke inhalation after a house fire.
Yep. It's just a bad week to be a art person in Japan, apparently.
Yeah,
just a bad week. Jeez. This is upsetting. I'm sure he's not doing any more Macross designs. At least I don't think he is at this time. I think most of the designs have been standardized, and most people just redo designs from
things he's done.
Already done, and do slight variations on them. So there's no longer any huge design changes in the mechs in Macross. He's none I've seen in the last 10 years.
But still, this guy was influential on all mecha.
Exactly, yeah, huge impact. Most people use him as for more slim, streamlined looking mecha. It's him. It's always him. Like it's always him, because Gundam's always kind of bulky in the chest area, and always kind of square shouldered in some way, shape or form. While the mecha in Macross Robotech were kind of V-shaped because they were planes. Yeah, and then I think the motorcycle ones were square, and the tank ones were square. But that's a different thing.
Different. When I see mech designs, they either come from Macross, Gundam, or Eva, and Eva's a blend of both.
Yeah, exactly. But hopefully he ends up okay after the house fire and is being treated well. Again, Japan has a good public health system, so I'm hoping he'll be okay. I'm hoping it's a small thing. He'll end up all right at the end of the day. Is there any good news in anime?
Well, something got invented that got named after an anime. Life-saving technique to deliver oxygen-carrying liquid through anus gets named after Evangelion.
Okay. So
yeah, they invented
the Shinji technique, if you will.
Injected, just like something of Kamaru's. So yeah, apparently they created this oxygenated liquid that's like LCL, and one way to actually get things absorbed through the body is through the ass. So
yeah, one of the I'm gonna say something nasty. So sperm is considered a natural antidepressant, but swallowing it doesn't do anything because your body acids will automatically destroy any of the antidepressants within it. So to get it properly, you'd have to do it through the butt, which makes gay people hilarious from then on.
Is it? I believe you, but I also believe that this is a line you tell your girlfriend.
I can just
Anyway,
the line. I'm like, that's the line. This is medical knowledge. I'm giving it to you. There it is. Bam, bing, bang. So if your girl is depressed, ask her to put it in her pooper. Just see what happens.
Please note that we are not medical professionals. Talk to your doctor. We need to have that on a sounder at this point. You there? Are you there, Darren? You cut out, Darren. Uh-oh. Well, he has control of the stream, so that's not good.
Okay, that was weird.
You cut out there for like a good 30 seconds, man.
My whole Wi-Fi on my computer just died out. It decided that anal doctor questions were just too far. I need to.
It was right. I was like waiting for you to like say something after I gave the "please talk to your doctor. We're not medical professionals," and you were just stuck there. And I was like, "Uh-oh, he controls the stream. What do I do here? Maybe if I refresh, it'll reconnect."
I mean, it's an issue, and then I of course made that, and then like. I think as soon as I hit enter on that and I went to go and click it, everything died. I'm like, well, there we go. I wonder if we're still broadcasting. It says we're still broadcasting at least.
It still says live.
All right.
That's interesting. But yeah, through the butt is how things get absorbed. That's why this is a thing idiots do in college. That's why vodka enemas are extremely dangerous.
This is why at a convention I was at, we had to call the ambulance for a bunch of people who were butt chugging beer. Butt chugging. There you go. That's the term. That's the term. Anyways. So,
how about some happy news?
Yeah, share that with me again because I lost everything when when everything died. I was like, oh, that's great. Technical issues. Every night around 8:15, it happens. Every night. Good news. Demon Slayer is now the highest grossing anime movie worldwide and is the second highest anime movie in U.S. history. I think the first one is a Miyazaki film. I don't remember which one though. It's either Totoro or Spirited Away or something. I don't think it's
Spirited Away. I do not think it's. I know it's not Ponyo.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid movie with stupid ham. Anyways. But yeah, this is one that it's been actually, despite the pandemic, there have been some hits that have come out of Japan.
Oh yeah. Japan gives zero fucks about the actual pandemic when it comes to their entertainment. They're like, we're gonna put it out there. If it fails, it fails. If it does well, it does well. While American entertainment has been holding back movies for months at a time.
I want Top Gun Maverick, damn it. Anyways, but for example, Ava 3.0.1.0 repeat sign, one final, whatever the fuck it's called, has for like months on end been number one. Currently in theaters, because Demon Slayer came out last year.
Yep.
But because Demon Slayer's now in the rest of the world, it's now the highest worldwide ever. Second, wasn't Akira at one point one of the highest grossing films, period, not just anime?
Yeah, I believe so. And then, inflation and a bunch of other stuff, and then opening up to the Chinese market, everything else, it gets confusing. Yeah, you have to remember China for a good long while refused to get any entertainment from anyone.
Yeah.
So.
I mean, they finally have N64s in China.
Mm-hmm.
Because, yeah.
Yeah, it took them forever.
So
Now they too can understand the pure joy and graphical superiority of GoldenEye.
so,
Good times.
in other news, I'll follow up on next week. The Bitcoin car is on the front row at Indianapolis.
Yep. That's exactly what's going on there.
So we talked about, for those just tuning in, we talked about last week how you have cryptocurrency funding actual race teams at the top level of motorsport, not at Formula One or WEC, but at Indy, in NASCAR, not the top level in NASCAR, but a couple of times now in NASCAR, the Busch Series.
Yep. And for all you idiots who decided to sell your Bitcoin because of the sudden drop, you dumb.
When Reyes VK becomes one of the youngest ever to win the Indy 500, you're going to be sad.
Oh yeah.
And he's a legit threat to win. He's on the front row.
That is really good placing. Not gonna lie.
He in qualifying, he was in the final 9 competing for pole against Tony Kanaan, Scott Dixon, Ed Carpenter, these massive names.
So it's gonna.
I think you have to go to get a Penske. You have to go all the way down to
second, third row.
No.
How far down?
You have to go all the way to row 6 to 17.
Wow. For Penske.
And Roger Penske owns the fucking track. He's owned at Indianapolis since he started racing, and now he owns the literal deed to Indianapolis Motor Speedway and the entire sport.
There you go.
Yeah, Bitcoin boys are up front. But yeah, that I'm hoping he wins on Sunday because I want to talk about it on Tuesday.
You know, we'll see what ends up happening though, because it's gonna be an interesting couple of days. Because next week is, of course, or this upcoming weekend is Memorial Day weekend. Those of you who have the day off, congrats. Those of you who are going to go to the cemeteries and do your part and volunteer, thank you so much for that. Every single veteran loves you for that. We appreciate this is a good time for our fallen brothers. But for a lot of people, Memorial Day is just a 3-day weekend. It's just go and chill. So I'm expecting a lot of just nonsense news to come out this week.
Yeah.
I think Kentaro dying really sucked the air out of the room for a lot of news.
Yeah, I was surprised at how little news, and we were scrambling earlier today. It's like,
well, that's good. And then
Kentaro,
and then like 8 things dropped today, just today.
They do on Tuesday.
And it's like, okay, well, all right. So it was fun. What else do we have on the docket?
So, ever since, like, in the weeks leading up to Mass Effect Legendary Edition dropping, you started to get extremely stupid articles and stupid news about Mass Effect coming out.
Okay. All right.
Yeah. And it's like there was that infamous article, I think Eurogamer put out about how the Overlord DLC was offensive.
Yeah, which is stupid.
Yeah. And other kind of stupid, but less stupid than that. But in the trend of stupid news, a prominent Mass Effect modder deletes all of her work to stop others copying it.
So you know, Mass Effect's still a trash fire. I don't see why they removed all their mods. Just all of it gone. How many of them were the big titty anime waifu mods? I'm just curious.
I believe this was a serious modder who made mods that made significant plot changes.
Excuse me, there's nothing more serious than the Thomas the Tank Engine All right, mods. All right, you've not played Mass Effect properly until you've changed every single Reaper to Thomas the Tank Engine.
I changed the Reaper Horde to the Thomas the Tank Engine theme.
They're all just giant faces of Thomas the Tank Engine. Woo woo! Like no.
But yeah, so to get the mods to work with Legendary Edition, they have to be updated.
Yeah.
Because, not the BioWare that worked on this, but whatever BioWare is now, had to do a lot of major under the hood changes to the engines.
Yeah, you were telling me about a lot of quality of life changes to 1, which sounded good. I will probably end up getting Mass Effect, if not next week, the week after. I don't have time right now, and I would like to finish some of the games I bought in the last year.
I don't know why I bought it. I have no time. I'm not even a third through 1.
It happens.
And I need to play through it twice so I can actually do what I need to do, because it's been so long since I've done an initial save file playthrough of Mass Effect that I forget. Or at least one that's not unmodded. That I'm like, oh, I actually have to put points in charm to get these idiots to do my bidding. Points to intimidate.
Charm's very important in Mass Effect. Surprisingly, it's not
for a game who took inspiration from freaking Gears of War. The social skills are extremely important.
Yep. More so in 2 than anywhere else, but yep.
So yeah, they got worried that people were going to copy her work when it's already playing. Like, I get you want to protect your work and get credit for it, but at the same time, you're playing in someone else's sandbox. It's just like getting mad that someone made a fanfic of your fanfic, and I probably just described the entire
Harry Potter fanfic land. Yes, you did.
Well, I was gonna say Ranma Fuku fics, but.
Listen, you have not lived until you have watched someone take someone else's Snape's jacuzzi potions class course and just fanfic their fanfic with their fanfic.
Harry Potter. We say anime was a mistake. Harry Potter was a mistake.
It would, what's kind of nice. My girlfriend not into Harry Potter that much, but she likes Percy Jackson. So I was like, okay, there we go. I can deal. Percy Jackson. And then I realized how old I am because I go Animorphs. Oh,
like Animorphs were on the way out when I was in high school. And your girlfriend's quite a bit younger than me.
Yeah. She is over a dozen years younger than me. That is one hell of an age gap.
Yeah. Moving on.
What else?
Twitch has added tags. So
1 second. I love this one. This one in particular. So Twitch had officially deemed this, and they did it via tweet to start. Long as hell thing, this long as hell reasoning. But on their second one, they're like, we have decided that jacuzzi streams are not against the TOS. There's nothing wrong with being sexy on stream. And I'm like, okay.
This all came out because of Amaranth got demonetized.
No. That's not why. That happened after. That happened after.
Okay, that happened after. Okay.
That happened after. That's so.
I'm sorry, I'm not up to my hot dog streams. I have other things to do with my life.
That's quite okay. And actually, I believe I have some photos I did not share with you prior, so I'm gonna just bring them into our shared chat, and then I'm gonna pull them into this real fast, because this shit was hilarious.
I am tentatively waiting with anticipation, but also tentatively afraid.
That's okay. I'm also terrified by the things I saw, but they're still hilarious because there's been lots of spoofs and like parodies of this now. Come on. Come on. I sent you 4 fucking pictures. Why is Messenger just not taking them? Whatever.
Well, you have control of the stream. So.
I do, but I sent them on my phone, and like Messenger refuses me now. It denies me. It denies me.
Okay, now
There it goes. These are some of the best images I've ever seen in my entire life.
Am I gonna have to pull over a Facebook window? Yes, I am.
Pull me off of Facebook, or pull them off of Facebook, probably. But so a lot of these.
I'm not saving this to my computer.
I'm saving all of these to my computer, especially the hot one with the ducks. That one's great. That one's my favorite. But this is absolutely, because a lot, because everyone's been complaining about the hot tub thing. People have been complaining about girls on Twitch just doing softcore stuff, and I go, you know what, whatever. You do what you want, how you make your money. I'm not gonna go and say anything about I sell pictures of boobs on the internet. How am I gonna be angry at you over these things? I won't. I'm not going to. It's not gonna happen. But is there a way for me to share these pictures some way, shape, or form? I can probably. I can share video files. Can I share pictures? That's a better question. I think I put them in downloads probably. Yeah, but so this has been going on for a little while. It has to be a video file. That's so upsetting. So upsetting.
But it gets better.
It does get better.
Not only do you have the parodies, you now have scam accounts.
People who are quite literally.
They
Come
download,
on, image. They
download VODs of other hot tub streamers and play them as a stream on their own Twitch channel,
which is always funny, always hilarious. Share screen, window. Really, you won't. There we go. No. Show me photos. Show me photos. Photos. Share. Hot tub Jesus. Hot tub Jesus. Look at this. Look at this thought. Sitting around talking about Matthew 27:28.
Turning water. To be fair, Jesus knew how to party. Hanging around with hair-do-wells, turn water into wine. Feeding the entire wedding party.
Yep, and it's
weddings in those days were a legit bash that went on for days.
They did go on for just days and days and days. I want to share a window, that one, and then of course my personal favorite has been men have been now buying the fake silicone boobs for cosplay. Look at this, hilarious. Just hilarious. I've been enjoying these parodies more than anything else.
But before, when hot tub streaming was still the meta, but before they had the hot tub tag, you did get a bunch of these still.
Yes, exactly. But what's absolutely great about the fact that they've decided to add in not just the hot tub tag, but also Asian and like white, black, and of course I had to respond with, when am I gonna get redheads, big boobs, and MILFs as tags so I can just stop like saving things on Bookmark and just
Just click the tag.
Just click the tag. Just go more Pornhub. Just go more Pornhub. Stop trying to differentiate yourself there, Twitch. Just turn into it. To hell with it.
Maybe Melody will stream more on Twitch if that happens. And we'll actually get more Melody being cute.
Maybe. And then
that's what's sad is I didn't watch any of Melody's stream until just videos of her popped up on YouTube of her being adorable. But it's like, I have no interest in your thottery. I have interest in you being cute.
And then you've got like stuff like this where people are just putting out cams in their streams. So they're streaming streams with ducks
and calling up beach.
This is almost as good as Tim Pool's Chicken City idea.
Are we gonna? Here's a question.
Mm-hmm.
Are we gonna get in the pools, hot tubs, and beaches category? Are we going to get a hunting stream from the guys from Duck Commander?
You're gonna have to ask them at that point, because
I would watch the shit out of that.
I would probably watch that too. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, I just get rid of that. So yeah, so that's been going on, and then
we got one more thing.
One more. No, Amaranth first. First.
Oh yeah. Well, I just have that for Amaranth. So what's up with Amaranth?
So what's funny is after they announced that hot tub streams were okay, Amaranth apparently came back with, "Hey, why did I lose all of my like ad money? Why are ads no longer suitable for my stuff?" And those of you who have watched an Amaranth stream, you do you.
Haven't.
You do you. I'm not gonna judge. I mean, I don't watch a lot of streamers to begin with. I find watching other people playing video games to be, generally speaking, boring. That's me.
They have to have a personality.
Yeah.
For me to have any interest.
The only time I ever watch streams is if I'm trying to get really good at a game that's kind of competitive, and I'll watch someone who's actually really good, and I'll see how they do things, and then I will record myself playing a game, and I'll watch my own playback, and I'll go, "This is where I screwed up. This is what I should have done different."
Yeah.
This is where stuff like that is stuff I do pretty often.
I suck at video games, but I will watch streams of someone who's exceptional at like a platformer or something, who also has a personality, because I can appreciate the raw skill.
Exactly, and
if they're like bombastic on top of it, that's great. But if it's Ninja has a personality, but I don't watch him because it's a shooter, I don't care.
Yeah, I think I like a lot of shooters, but like I'm not the best at them. I usually sit around somewhere around mid-high tier, around there, which takes me time to get to that point, which is annoying. But the thing I really end up watching is a lot of MMO things, because I don't know how to deal with dungeon boss mechanics sometimes, or raid boss mechanic, and I'll go crap, and then I'll look for a video of it, and I'll look for
a stream of it.
A stream of it, yeah.
And then play it back and analyze, so you can go, "Oh, that's how I got this.
That's how I screwed up. That's how I have to go and fix that. That's the animation I have to look for when that happens." Stuff like that. Stuff like that happens pretty often.
Pretty much, we use it the same way. You use it the same way that pro sports uses watching film.
Exactly. But what happened with Amaranth is she lost a lot of her ad stuff, and it's because she does a lot of risque material while doing whatever it is that she does. I don't get it. I don't understand her content very well. She's got a bubbly personality, and she's hot. So, guys are on there simping away. Do your thing. I'm not gonna blame you for things like that. That's your overall choice. You do you. But The fact that she lost her sponsorship money was shocking. I don't think it hits her that hard. She has an OnlyFans, she has Patreon, she has a bunch of other stuff, and I don't think Twitch money was a large portion of her income.
She says that she took a significant hit, but a couple of video game streamers and some some just talking streamers all independently figured out, like, ran the numbers based on how many views she gets, how much, what tier she is, what she's in, based on subscribers, and all figured out she doesn't make that much from Twitch ads.
I figured as much. It's probably a small portion of her overall income.
She makes much more from subs,
Patreon, OnlyFans, what have you. So I'm not too worried about that, because that is just what ends up happening as you do these things, you know.
I'm surprised she's still on Patreon.
I'm not that surprised. You know, there are certain people who get special treatment. She's one of them.
Oh,
like there's a lot of risque cosplayers as well, which is funny because, like, you're not allowed to do sexual content on Patreon anymore. But then I'll go, this is all sexual content on Patreon. That's interesting. But you know, I'm not gonna sit there and start reporting people. It's not my thing. I don't really care. You do you. You know.
Yeah.
You do you. I run a company that does this stuff already. You know, if people want to work for us, they can go ahead and do that. I don't care.
People need to get paid any way they can, so I'm not going to snitch. So.
Exactly. So that is an ongoing thing. So that's what ended up happening with Amaranth. And again, it was just weird. She's gotten special treatment for a good long while. I think she might have crossed the wrong person at some point in time, and people are just kind of, you know, enforcing things now, or maybe someone from one of the sponsors saw what their commercial was being tied in with and just kind of pulled against it.
Most sponsors don't care. Like, most companies don't care what their ad runs on, just that it runs.
Exactly.
So the only reason the original apocalypse happened was the Jake Paul Suicide Force video was so bad.
Yep.
Until then, no one cared.
No one cared at all. All right.
They still don't care until people shout loudly.
Exactly. And then what's our last thing?
So Powerpuff Girls, apparently the whatchamacallit, why am I blanking on this?
The script leak.
The script for the pilot leaked, and it sucked.
It was awful. Absolutely awful. And I understand this is the Powerpuff Girls grown up.
I think I read some of it, and I was like, this. I don't even remember what it is because I read a little bit. I was like, this is bullshit. This is clearly parody. This cannot be real.
CW
apparently
confirmed. CW confirmed it's real. Now they've decided to completely scrap the entirety of the pilot episode, and they're going to rework the entire thing. But I don't think that's going to do anything good because all the same producers, writers, and directors are all still there. No one got fired for this trash fire.
Yeah, when it's if you say, "Oh, this is bad," and you have the same people working it, well, the definition of insanity is do the same thing over and over again and expect different results. Yep.
It's kind of like crap. Who the heck just got the green light to do some anime adaptation? J.J. Abrams did.
Don't.
And I was just like, don't let J.J. Abrams touch it. Don't let J.J. Abrams.
Don't let. I used to be a fan of J.J. Abrams, and then he's ruined two of my favorite franchises. Well, he didn't ruin Star Wars, but he was associated with the ruining of Star Wars, and he was associated with the ruining of Star Trek.
Yep. So
anything he touches
turns to shit.
Exists, turns to shit. Even if he does a competent job, someone else turns it to shit.
Yep.
Like Ryan Johnson.
He is the kiss of death before the hitman shows up. every time.
We used to talk shit about M. Night Shyamalan, and now it's
Abrams.
M. Night Shyamalan's actually made Oscar worthy, if not Oscar winning films.
Yeah, and so that's an ongoing issue. Oh,
so that's all the prepared content.
Yeah, I mean, well, let's continue talking about Powerpuff Girls, because like, were any of us expecting anything decent out of this show? Honestly,
I mean, Lewis and Clark was good. The couple of episodes I watched.
Is that the old Lewis and Clark with
the new
one? Okay, I'm like
the old one was gold. The
old one was great. I can't remember.
The new one was actually the new one. I actually started watching after I heard Yellow Flash rave about it. It's like, oh, this is legitimately good.
I'll have to.
That's surprising for a CW show.
Well, I mean, The Flash was good for the first.
Flash was good for a while. Arrow was good for a while.
It's just,
and then they burned out.
They pushed too far and too hard on certain things. The Nazi verse, like cross show thing was just weird. I was like, why is
that? That's when I checked out. It's like, I have other things to do with my life.
I got like maybe 5 more episodes, and I think I checked out on Flash after the girl power episode. I was like, this is just terrible writing. I'm done. I was like, I'm done. I can't. I have better things to do with my life.
Can I just put an aside? Speaking of that episode, why are you doing a girl power episode when the title character is male?
To show that the girls are powerful in their own right and can do things on their own, and they don't need the help of the men who.
But they can have their own. Who were doing their own show.
Yeah, I know. Who were doing their own special bachelor party thing, but they were all inept and stupid the entire time. I'm like, why are all the male characters out of character?
Yeah,
that was like my entire problem with that episode. Like all the male characters are out of character, and all the female characters are like extra mean and sassy for some reason. What's like that was just weird.
But I'm also like I have no problem with girl power. One of my favorite franchises still, despite all the bitching I do about it, I bitch because I care, is Ruby.
Yeah.
Ruby is just mainlining girl power.
Yeah. Great series. I really like Ruby. My favorite movie franchise is a girl main character, Aliens.
Yeah. Sigourney Weaver as why am I blanking on the character?
Ripley.
Ripley, yes. Ripley, one of the best sci-fi movies of all time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's just Sigourney Weaver kicking ass
throughout most of it, if not every single Aliens thing, until you get to like Covenant, and then things get weird.
Until things get weird, it's Ripley kicking ass.
Mm-hmm. And then Aliens versus Predator, and I went, "What? Why are we adding the Predator? His movies were good once, and that was it. And then why are we adding him to a good series? Oh, we've ruined the series. That's why. All right, great, cool.
Aliens versus Predator should have. I didn't watch it.
Which one? There were 2.
There were 2. There were multiple. Because I knew they were going to be trash. But even still, they should have had Arnold versus Sigourney Weaver at some point.
Yep. But the problem with the Powerpuff Girls thing was they took the characters, they made them, I guess, adults apparently, and it's all like how can I put this? It's written like someone in their 30s who doesn't know how people in their 20s talk and what people in their 20s do. It's one of those things where it's clearly out of touch with the people that they're trying to go.
No, it's like one of those, how are you doing, fellow kids?
Exactly. It's kind of like watching Saved by the Bell, like the early episodes, but you've never seen them until like the late 2000s. And you're like, why doesn't anyone just call the cops with their cell phone? What is that strange device that Zach keeps walking over to and putting quarters in? That's a payphone? What is a payphone? It's like that. Like you sit there and you go, this was clearly written by someone who's older, directed by someone who's older, who doesn't understand how people actually are. It's a parody on what young people are, and it's weird to watch. It's well, actually no, it's weird to watch is the wrong words. It's weird to read the script and go, why does Blossom have nudes? For that matter, why do you as her sister know about her nudes and have them? Yeah. This like the entire thing was just a trash fire, and I will be quite happy if they just completely can this whole project, or at least fire everyone involved and start over. Just
blow it up.
Yeah, just.
I mean, to be fair, a failed pilot does not mean the kiss of death.
It doesn't. But
Star Trek had a failed pilot. But the reason they had a failed pilot was all the studios said, yeah, this is a great idea for a show, but we're not going to have Roddenberry's mistress as a main character. Fuck that noise. Go back, redo it.
Mm-hmm.
Which is how we got Shatner, and how he pauses mid-sentence every other word.
Yep, which is just weird. But there you go. There you go. That's an ongoing issue. Do we have anything else on the docket?
Nothing else on the docket.
Do we have anything that happened recently?
I just got news this week that Winning the War in Pants is going to be presenting an anime Matsuri.
Nice. You have fun. If you need help, let me know.
Have you watched Nanoha recently?
Not recently, but I've watched it. Seth Rogen is a giant douche on the internet, as always.
He's always a giant douche.
Did you see John Cena apologizing for calling Taiwan a country in Chinese?
Yes.
That was fun to watch.
I'm hoping next time he shows up at a WWE event, there are Taiwan #1 chants. It won't happen. It won't happen, but I'm hoping.
Yep. Because Endwalker is coming soon. You can get Final Fantasy 14, either the complete version or Shadowbringers. So the complete version is all of the main game and all of the expansion, or you can just get the expansion Shadowbringers, which was the most recent one, for 60% off until June 9th. Because Endwalker's coming, I think, in July. I have to double check my time frame on that. So that's happening soon. Soon.
I saw Black Ops Cold War is free to play this weekend.
That is true. Black Ops Cold War is free to play this weekend.
If only I wasn't going to be in a car the entire goddamn weekend.
Spyro is on sale this week.
Oh?
Spyro.
On PSN, or did that get ported to PC?
PSN, I believe. The remastered Spyro game.
Cool.
Is on sale. As well as several other games. Catherine Full Body as well, and something else. It's a bunch of different games are on sale. Check the PSN.
They're expecting people not to leave. They're expecting people to not leave their house for the 3-day weekend.
Probably.
But things are opening. People are going to leave their house. And is your internet dying again? Hello? Bueller? Okay, did I die or did Darren die? That's the question. He died.
I'm good. I'm back.
You're back? Cool.
That was weird. Yeah, so like even my governor has decided to release mask mandates for the weekend. So we'll see what happens there.
Yeah. You know who hasn't? You know who hasn't?
Oh.
Baltimore City hasn't. I went to an Orioles game last week. last week, and people were like, "Man," it was like, yeah, they still had a mask mandate, including in the stadium, and people were throwing fits about it. Like,
I would
Baltimore County's open. Why isn't Baltimore City open? It's like, because you live in Baltimore. That's why.
because Baltimore is a giant hellscape. That's why. Speaking of hellscapes, Fate's Day Night Heaven's Feel is currently available for digital purchase from Aniplex of America. So yeah.
I saw all three or four, or was it three or four? Three.
I think it was 3.
I think it was supposed to be a tetralogy, and it ended up as a trilogy.
Okay.
But I saw all 3 in theaters. Excellent.
Very good.
Managed, like, most of the time, especially with massive events, they cut things down. But somehow they managed to keep most of the good stuff in and expand it. And it was excellent. Check it out.
It is great stuff. Good
the
stuff.
only problem is they didn't do the end. They didn't do the best ending because it's one of the bad endings. Because the best ending to Heaven's Feel is the ending where Shiro goes all out against Saber Alter, kicks her ass, but that's all he's got. And the game ends with Saber Alter say, like, actually giving him respect and saying, but it cost you so much.
Yeah, and that's.
But it hints at a lot of the good bad endings in its own ending. Well, following one of the good endings, and I just threw my mouse down because I'm a moron.
That's okay. That's all right. I think that's all we have for news. It is 8:07. That's it. That's close to an hour. It's close enough.
That's close to an hour.
If we had super chats, we'd be doing super chats. We don't have super chats. So there you go.
Not yet. I doubt we're going to get them, but
well, that's because we are not the right people for those things.
Also, we're brand effing new, so
yeah, that's also an issue. Let me remove this stupid banner from my face. There we go. Nope, wrong one. That one. There we go. As my Hulkamania like bar mustache is coming in nicely. It'll get there eventually. I have to deal with scarring on this side. It's a big issue. Mm-hmm. So there's always like a chunk missing. And
it's not that me. I just get random patches all over my face and like, why can't I grow any facial hair correctly?
Because you don't shave enough properly. Shave against the grain, so everything will come out choppier, or not choppier, but like thicker than necessary. And then once it actually comes in thick, you just shave normally, like with the grain. At least that's how my dad explained it to me. My dad has like a big fluffy mustache, like the ridiculous. Yeah, what's the guy's name? The guy with the hat with the cane, Charlie Chaplin.
Oh yeah.
So there you go. All right. This has been the Geek Posium. My name is Darren Silvers, owner operator of HentaiCake.com. It is 6 more days until our monthly free set coming out. As always, every single 1st and 15th of the month, we get ourselves a premium set, and then for every single 1st of the month, and a free set for those of you who aren't sure about getting our content. By all means, we of course every single membership pays the models, pays me, lets us do more stuff, pays for the podcasting,
buy his stuff.
Yeah.
So
our merch,
pay me.
Yeah.
And pay the models.
Photographers, videographers. I got a gimbal for video content while we're in Metzer Age. The heads up.
Cool.
So go ahead, Chip.
Good night.
Good night.